Charlie Cushane here to do another truck camper mod. This is a mod I've wanted to do for a long time, and I finally figured out a really good way to do it, and it's adding an electrical outlet that hooks up to my batteries, and it's going to save me if I'm boondocking and I lose power. So stick with me when I show you the mod. Okay, I'm up front, in front of my truck camper, and my battery bank is here in the front, and when I have it on the truck, I don't have access to it, so this is the time for me to do this mod. And what I plan on doing is adding one of these SAE type connectors, as you see, and they look like this. And this is a heavy duty one. This has 10 gauge wire, and I'm going to hook it up to my batteries and have this access right here. And that's going to give me access to these batteries, and there's several times I've really needed it. My Ford truck is hooked up to my camper. They are electrically isolated, so there's no sharing of power from these house batteries to the truck or back. So I am trying to find a way to selectively do that. And with this outlet, I have 2 or 3 different scenarios where it'll come in really handy, because we do a lot of boondocking. And when you're out on your own and things go sideways, you have to be able to fix them. And one of those things is, one time I got a dome light in my truck left on, and it drained my batteries way down to the point I couldn't start my truck. And I had to rely on the generosity of other people to come around and help jump me. What would be nice is if I had this outlet here, I can then, with a long extension, use these jumper cables, same hookup. So I could then hook these batteries to my truck, and it would give me enough power to jump. Plus, when the solar's charging these batteries, it would also be charging my truck batteries. That's a win-win. Now, it works both ways. We've boondocked before in the past, and after 3 days of no sun, we drained these batteries pretty good. And it was so low, I went to start my own generator, and it wouldn't latch on because the batteries were so low. Now, I could still, again, hook this up and then go right to the truck batteries and have enough power that I could probably start my generators and charge this. So that's another second real benefit. The third benefit is, I heard a guy had these Rico Titan jacks and his controller burned out for whatever reason. And he spent 4.5 hours manually jacking this up because this camper was off the truck, so he could get it high enough to put the truck under. 4.5 hours. However, after he was done, he used a 12-volt battery at home and hooked up to this connector here, which is the same. So what I could do now is, if my controller ever had a problem, I could take from here a wire and just hook this in and drive these motors up and down one at a time to raise or lower my camper without the controller. So that's another huge benefit. So let's start wiring. All right, my plan is to put this right here in this corner of this door, because although I might be able to put right here, I'm not comfortable drilling through the whole camper. Just going through this small door, that's better for me. So I'm going to drill right there. There we go. Okay, now to feed this through. That's how it's going to go, just like that. Now I mark these holes and drill them. Okay, the next thing to do is bolt this in, and I have some nice white silicone caulking. Okay, here you see how nice and neat it came out on the outside. And on the inside, I mounted it with one large plate instead of 4 little washers because it's more robust and stronger. Came out neater too. And now I'm putting on a wire wrap to protect the cable when I'm opening and closing the doors. Here we go. Perfect. And then this cable goes red over here, positive, and then the negative is across the whole battery bank over to this opposite corner. So that'll keep a even draw on all the batteries. So now this is ready to do a test. Okay, to get all this wiring, emergency wiring situated properly, I bought a 30-foot spool of 10-2 wire, copper wire, to which I'm going to add connectors at each end. So then, once that's right, once I hook it into the camper, this end with the alligator clips will hook on and be positive, always stays the right way, and we'll be set to go. So let's start hooking up these cables. There we go. My goal is to use these heat shrink tubings with the solder in the middle that makes a really great connection. So I have this one all ready to go. We put it over here and we heat shrink it. And we're slowly melting the solder. Now we just let it cool off, and we got a perfect joint. There we go. I can feel the solder softening. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is actually put some heat shrink tubing over everything to sort of hold it all together. And I'm going to put it halfway here and then another piece there. So let's do this. That'll make it nice and strong. Okay. And then I'm going to do a second piece. Like this, overlap the first piece and overlap this cord. There we go. That should be perfect. Well, here's the long cable. with the ends put on nice and neat. And let's go take it out to the camper and check it and see if we can put a jack up and down as an example. Okay, first thing we're going to do is check the polarity of this cable. But first we'll double check. Positive should be on bottom and negative at top. As you can see, it's at 13.19 volts. So that means that is the correct way. Positive is on bottom. And then we take our big long cable. Positive is going on bottom. There we go. Now let's check positive and negative. 13.18 volts, 19 volts exactly. Our big long cable is working perfect. Okay, to show you how this will work, if you lost your controller and had to manually put your jacks up and down, is you would unplug the motor, and you see it has the same connector. And I have two cameras running, so when I plug it in here, you'll see down there what's going on. So normally when I plug it in, like this, the motor's going down. Now, if I want to bring it up, I need to reverse this, but I can't do it. So I have my handy dandy reverse polarity plug, which when plugged in, now it will go the other direction. As you see, now it's going up. So when you want it to go up, I could do it that way. Or if I want it to go back down, take that plug off, and I just, there we go. And then when I want to use the regular controller, plug it back in and I'm ready to go. So this should work in a pinch if I ever needed to move my jacks without my controller. Perfect. And of course, besides putting the jacks up and down, I now have this set of jumper cables that I can either supplement these house batteries or supplement my truck batteries going either direction, and can get you out of a real bind, especially if you're boondocking all alone and you have to get home. So this is a win-win for me.